Hi everybody, welcome to the Hammond Urban Homestead. My name is Sierra Hammond, and I'm the hot mess mama of the homestead. Here comes Dottie, the next hot mess mama. Come here, girl. So, I'm up in the goat pen with the mamas and the babies. And we are going to talk about wintering goats in Alaska. Do not bite me, Bran. Bran likes to be a stinker. Now, just going to give you a quick list. They need water all the time. They enjoy having water. Oh, look at her. She's a sweetie. They need water for milk production, let alone keeping the rumen going in their gut, along with hay. They cannot run out of either. So in the winter, it's very, very important to have a water heater. We have floating water heaters inside each of our tanks. I'll walk over here and show you guys. So here's one. It's still running. You can see I can see the steam coming off of the water. It's pretty darn cold here. Yes. Right now I'm making a YouTube video. Yep. We'll go over that in a minute of how Natalie ended up broken. I have two in this area. This was our old pen. It used to go from that post all the way to here. And the girls had this big area. Now it's a lot. They have more room in different spots to go play in. So this is our stumpy area. And it's fully enclosed back here. Even though the girls busted through it once and I put those boards in there to hold the panel. But the wind comes from this side of our property where the highway is, and it blows into the back of our hay barn. Now it will fill up this whole area when we start hitting our really windy season. What happens is when we hit that windy season, we don't want the snow going inside any of the goat houses. So we built this addition onto the hay barn. And let's go inside. It's dark in here, but there's no wind. There's no draft coming from that side where the road is. Now, this is when I walk into our other addition we built. Hi. Here's Ginger's baby squad. She had triplets this year. And we have our hay feeder and our mineral dispensers. We bring up their minerals every evening along with goat rations. But another important thing you want to keep in mind when you are doing goats is you need to have their hay somewhere dry with air circulation. We have a light too. That's my request. I wanted a light because it's dark in here and I was tired of coming up with the shop flashlight. So this is our big pen for the winter for the 9 goats on this side. We have 4 does, 2 are in milk, 2 are still doelings. They'll get bred in December. That's when I have it marked on the calendar to breed them in December. And the rest of those 9 are wethers. Now we only had little boys born this year, so we weathered them all. The point of having goats for us is for milk and meat. We don't do pets. So if they can't do one, they'll be the other. And, oh yeah, Palmer and Haynes are the exception. They're the baby makers. So we have them for breeding purposes only. We'll walk over there and say hi to them, and I'll show you what their pen looks like. So these guys, they don't have a door on the front of that one, but this one will have a door on it. And we put a cinder block in front of it so the goats can open it and close it with no problems. All right, now see, Palmer and Haynes have their water. Their hay feeder is way in the dark. Oh, here comes Palmer. Ew, you stinky goat. All right, he's a stinky goat, and then Haynes is extra stinky and gross. He's originally all white, but he decided to pee all over himself. And then Palmer's just Palmer. He's always looked like that. So I guess we're lucky the pee doesn't stain his coat. So, like with the boys, you see they have this piece of board right there. There's cinder blocks on either side. We'll make that opening less, more of a tighter space, wide enough for them to go in and out, and it'll open and close to a certain amount. But this is our buck pen. It is smaller, but it is just the two of them, and they're both intact. So they do pretty well in here. They have a mineral feeder. It's way in the dark side of their goat house. But this is the boys for you. Hi, boys. Stinky boys. That's what you guys are. But once we're done with all this, I think we're done doing expansions to the goat pens and stuff like that. But I don't know. This is more Ray's project than mine, the buildings. Mine are the milk and cheese and breeding and the other stuff. I do all the other stuff. He feeds them. He does the goat minerals and feed, and I do the other stuff. Doop, boop, 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 boop. Dottie. So just a cap or refresher, whatever. Water heaters are a must. A very ventilated area for hay, must. An area where snow and wind cannot get to your goats, so they do not get chilled, is a must. You do not have to heat it. These girls put on such a big fluffy coat, they look like they're roly-polies and you can just roll them down the hill. But you do... Oh, these yawns are killing me. You do have to make sure they have feed and water at all times. And keep up with their minerals and everything else. We keep all of our minerals and their vitamin paste and everything else down in the heated garage that keeps it warm, and we don't have to worry about like frozen paste or anything like that. I do have other stuff in there that needs refrigeration, but we have a refrigerator in there for those items as well. And I take the girls all the way down from here to the heated garage and I milk them in there. They enjoy it. They get excited about coming down. They get all the milking rations and stuff like that. You'll go through a lot of hay during the winter. You're going to feel like they waste it. They're not wasting it. They're making themselves new, clean beds all the time. Especially when it gets colder. Which is nice. Because they'll start composting and it creates heat. Oh my goodness. Missy just came running out of the barn because Tyrion was going to steal her stump. The goat drama.